everyone, and welcome to a new Sims 4 series that I'm going to be doing, which I'm so excited about. It is basically going to be combining two of my favourite games, which is Phasmophobia and The Sims 4, and putting them in one. So what we're going to do for this challenge is I am going to make 8 of my favourite ghosts from the Phasmophobia game. Spoiler alert, The Shade is going to be in there. The demon's going to be in there. Deogen's going to be in there. And I'm going to put them all in a house in The Sims 4. And using the new Adventure Awaits DLC, I'm going to create a getaway that is essentially going to be like Love Island for the Phasmophobia ghosts. They're all going to be trapped in a very recognisable house. I will say no more than that. So each day they will have to do challenges and activities, as well as have some kind of time to like mix and mingle and get to know their fellow ghosts. And at 11 o'clock each day, someone will be eliminated because they haven't progressed enough. So today we're going to start by making off some of the ghosts. I won't make them all today. I'm going to try and split it into 3 so these videos aren't too long. Today we're going to be making a Onryo, a Mare, and a Shade. I think they're the 3 I'm going to go for. I have plans for a demon, but I want to try and find some CC for it. So I'm going to go for the other 3 first, and then we'll come back to the others. And then once we have all of our ghosts, I will introduce you to like the builds and stuff we'll be using, and generally the whole challenge as well. To see who is the final Phasmophobia ghost. Who is the strongest Phasmophobia ghost, to be quite frank, based on my challenge and my challenge alone, and nothing to do with the actual game. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, please like, please subscribe. Let's get into it and let's start making our first ghost. I have some general inspirations which I'll share with you when we get around to each ghost. But generally speaking, I kind of know what I want to go for, but I'm easily pleased. We're going to take inspiration from the game. We're going to take inspiration from some like folklore, mythology around these ghost names. But it's also going to be like what I think the ghost would be like. They're going to have backstories. They're going to have like traits that we think would work with the ghosts. We're going to have some fun. We're going to do something very out of my comfort zone. Make some like a very creepy, intricate, detailed Sims. Hopefully. Here's hoping. I think I'm going to start with a Mare. Okay, so my inspiration for a Mare is this. I don't know how like much I'm going to make it look like that. A Mare in like Germanic folklore and mythology is basically an evil creature that like haunts people and animals at nighttime. So it likes the dark, and that's the same as Phasmo. So like the Mare loves being in the dark. It's a creature of like darkness, and I like this inspiration. What I might do is get like a basis of a creepy kind of person. This could be pretty cool. She's almost looks a bit like a fairy. And I wonder if that's what we could play into. Rather than making everyone ghosts, maybe we should make them like Sims and occults, because it might be more relevant. This basis, especially him, is kind of what I want to start basing my Mare around. Just him as a basis, right? And I'm just going to change so much. A Mare feels like a woman for me. I don't know why, she just does. So let's just see what exactly it says. In Germanic folklore, a Mare is an evil creature that haunts people and animals at night. It sits on the chest of sleeping victims and squeezes the air out of them. The victim wakes up in a sweat and has the feeling of suffocating. Oh my god, that's so interesting. I had sleep paralysis once where when I woke up, someone was suffocating me, and then like the figure was just in a room. You know what? I don't want to think about that right now, but that is quite worrying. I want to start with skin, okay? And I almost want to make her really, really grey. I might go with this. I might go with like a light grey, because these feel a bit too human-y. They don't feel grey enough. I like her eye shape. That creeps me out. I almost want a bit of a heavier eyebrow. Let's make it a bit upturned. Let's make it a bit evil, I think. I think that's probably best. Now, eyes, I almost feel like, do I want like black eyes? Right, hair I think is important. The woman has kind of like, it kind of looks like, I guess it's almost a bit like dreads, but like some are long and some are in an updo. Ooh. Now I just need to like work out horns, antlers. Let's go dark brown. Jesus Christ. Okay, I mean, that works. We're going for the horns, right? Okay. So that's the basis. This is the basis we're working with right now. I just want to make her ears less. They're not too bad. I don't mind them. No, I like those. I feel like they like frame her face better. Right, let's have a think about what we want to do next. So we've done face. We've done kind of basis of hair. Let's think about accessories. Ooh, I also have this. I really don't hate that. What's this? I'm gonna a tail. I'm giving her a fucking tail. Just ignore her clothes, right? We're not talking about her clothes right now. Oh, I think she needs some, yeah. We're gonna go dangly earrings. We're gonna go nice black and silver for these. What are these? Ooh, okay. They're cute. Not for you, though. Not for you. Let's do makeup. I feel like makeup is where this is gonna, like, come to life a bit more. See, that's not bad, is it? That's quite striking. But then her eyes are just dark. We're gonna go dark. And I almost like that it's got a bit of like floralness on it. I want some kind of like foiling, but I need it dark. And these aren't dark right now. Ooh, okay, that's giving mermaid. That's giving fucking terrifying. Right, lips. I think we almost want like this. We want something like this where it's like, whoa. Now there's just something missing. There's something missing. Right, eyes. That is not bad, is it? You saw that coming at you. I'm not sure that I could be held responsible for what I did. These are just like pure black eyes, which it works. Right, I think we need to add some details to her face. What did I give her? Freckles? Ooh, that could work. Some like freckles? Ooh. That's nice. You know why I like this? Because this looks like a tree. How many scars can you have on a girl? I mean, and then we've got this, right? We've got like a corrupted black gaping hole of a mouth. Just ignore the jacket, right? You telling me if that fucking came at you? If that came at you in the middle of the night, you wouldn't be fucking terrified? Because I would. Okay, let's look at cheek details. Have we got any like... Yeah, that's nice. Do we want anything coming out of her eyes? I guess like, yeah, we could make it real... I mean, could you make these eyes darker? And I guess, yeah, you could. Yeah, there's something about that that's just eerie. Now, I just want to be careful with her eyes because we could make her up. Ooh, it's terrifying. The only thing that even looks slightly cute on her is her little cute blush. I don't think it's even meant to look cute. It's meant to just draw you in. Happy. I think let's move on to clothes. And now she'll be wearing the same outfit, everything. I'm not going to do different outfits. In the depictions I've seen of a mare, she in some cases can look quite seductive. So I wonder if we like go down that route. But it's like seductive but will kill you. Now this I could get behind. Both of these are actually really nice and probably how I'd imagine a creepy mare. Like this is also nice. This is from the fairy pack. I think this is it. Stunning. I'm not even gonna be bad at that. And I'm gonna give her some cheeky little heels because who doesn't want to eat people while you've got the cutest little fucking heels on? You can't see them, but that's not the point. She's got socks on just in case she gets a little cold and dark and the breaker's off. Let's give her some accessories. Her toenails. Do you know what? I think she'd be a French tip girly, but she hasn't got that choice, so she won't be. Did that just glisten me up? It's the skin of a killer, Bella. It did. I don't quite think I want her shiny. Okay, this is what I'm imagining my mare to be. How do we feel? Right, now we need to think about personality. So, I've got some extra traits from mods, so I will use them where they're relevant, but I'm also going to try and stick to the Sims 4 mods as much as possible. So what do we know about a mare? Something to do with the fact that she likes the night. Now, is there something with like vampires or something that talks about that? I feel like she'd be a bit moody. She's giving a bit moody vibes, a bit gloomy. I feel like she's almost like a bit of a gloomy creative. Or she might be a poet. Oh, I think she'd be a poet. I think my mare would be a poet. She's a creative girly, look at her. Cold-blooded, I'm thinking about that one. We'll come back to it, however. So I just want a child of nature. Child of nature could be good. Like, she isn't meant to be a nature girly. Disruptive. I'm going to give disruptive. She's a ghost. Of course she is. Homewrecker. Ooh. I mean, technically, yeah. Mischievous. Yeah. That's it. Snob, soft, trust issues. No, I think I'm going to give her cold-blooded. This is our mare. I love her. Everyone's going to start off with 0 skills. Every ghost. But what I will do is, like, based on the story that I've created for them, give them, like, what they would like doing. So we've already discussed that we think she'd be creative. So therefore, things that are creative, I'm going to say that she likes doing. She definitely loves a singing event, that's for sure. And writing, of course, because we want her to be a poet, right? Dun, 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 dun. This is the hunt. This is a footstep speed. Dun, 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 dun. Now imagine if I make all the ghosts walk like this. Stunning. Right, that's the Mare done. I think next we're going to do an Onryo. So what we know about an Onryo from Phasmo is that they don't like fire. You put them out, they love to blow a fire out, and if they blow out free, they will immediately hunt you. So my backstory for my Onryo is that they don't like fire because they would have died in a fire. When they were alive and then they were a healthy sim, they died by fire. I'm going to look at some folklore of what an Onryo is. An Onryo in Japanese traditional beliefs is a type of ghost capable of causing harm in the world of living. So they're a grudgeful spirit, a vengeful ghost. They bring harm, misfortune, or natural disasters to those who have wronged them in life. These ghosts are often depicted as wronged women, characterised by intense hatred and resentment, making them powerful and dangerous entities in the world of the living. Okay, I'll put up some inspiration here of what I've seen. A lot of these are like blue, the women are blue, which I can work with. Let's try. So, this is kind of what it would look like, which this is similar to what it looks like in Dead by Daylight. We could work with this. I mean, let's work with it as a basis, because that white dress works. I don't know where the hell this white dress is. Where have you got this from? Straight off the bat, she's gonna be blue. I'm gonna just get rid of her hair for a minute while we just have a think. We know that she's gonna have long black hair. Oh, do we want to make her a baddie? That is the question. Is it baddie Onryo? I'm not opposed. What about a little headband? Maybe she wants a headband. Anyone ever asked her? Has anyone ever asked Onryo if she wants a headband? It's always where are you and not how are you? This is terrifying, but not in the kind of way I want. It's terrifying because it's horrible. That could work. That could work. Maybe this. I think just like long and it's almost a bit wavy because like when the girl tips her head over and it's just long like that, it's terrifying. I think the hair is like a big thing in this because the rest of her is going to be relatively plain. Okay. We're going to do maybe blue eyes. I think we need to keep the eyes like light. First, let's do all these eyebrows. Maybe like a little bit more wayward. Yeah, I was going to say like a bit worried but also a bit angry. Maybe something like that. It's almost like you want them quite light and... Ooh. That's also quite weird because it's quite flat. And I don't hate that. Right. These are like such small details, but sometimes they just make a big difference, you know? I almost feel like she needs the gaping hole too, but on second... No, actually, I'm going to give her that. But I think, remember earlier on we saw some blood? I think she needs some like blood around her mouth. Maybe you want her to give some bit more of a sunken eye look. Yeah, like that. I think that's too much. That's perfect. Maybe this, because I think it's going to be covered by blood mainly anyway. So, I think we need some blood in her eyes. Yeah, that works. Why did I not see that earlier? Kind of looks like nose dribbles, doesn't it? Ooh! That's quite cute. I know it's like making such little differences, but... I need some, like, blood. Yeah, okay. That's what I want. Ooh, that one. Eyes. Eyes are what I need to make a decision on. From here on out, it's not going to be too bad, I don't think, because I like what she's wearing. I wish this was a longer version of this. If I can find, like, a longer white dress that doesn't look too wedding-y. That's just what's crazy. I mean, it is a dating show. It is a ghost dating show. So, like, who said they can't be baddies? Not me. Who said you can't kill people and then still be a baddie? Because I didn't. Then what do you mean? What do you mean? Stunning. Could have Princess Leia. That could work. This could work because you can't actually see the detail under there because of her hair. So I think this could work, you know. Now I'm hoping there were some like blood stains. Was there some blood stains that you could get as an accessory? So I'm hoping that could just like elevate this one slightly because I feel like this one is quite simple. And not necessarily in a bad way, but like the concept's very simple. It's blue woman, black hair, white dress. She needs some absolute talons on her. Like would claw a man to death type of talons. Right, red talons. Any rings? Any rings for the lady? Again, do we like do like a little left at the altar moment? What's this? Ooh, that's kind of fun. I'm not sure you'd wear it, but it's fun. Stop at the bow. My friend Obsidian would wear that, not the fucking Onryo. Just want some blood on her dress. I just want some blood on her dress. Is it too much to ask for a woman to have some blood on her dress?
Approximately 10 hours later.
I knew we had blood. I knew it. Oh, thank God. Thank God I looked again. Okay. Now she is complete. Right. Stunning. Happy. Very happy. Let's now think about who she would be. So she's scared of fire. That is what we do know about an Onryo. I mean, we know that she's vengeful. We've got all of that kind of stuff. I mean, ghosts generally are, aren't they? Onryo's giving died in a fire that she herself set after she found her lover with another woman. Jealous. Rightly so, but she's giving jealous. Erratic. I think she would be erratic. I mean, they're all gonna have to be disruptive, the ghosts. Before this, before everything went wrong, I think she'd have been like a nurse. I think she'd have been quite kind and caring. She's not now, but like she would have. I think we go with unstable, you know, but then like erratic, it's not too far off, is it? I think she almost might get a bit obsessed with you. Yeah, let's get her obsessive. And just make her insane. I'm gonna make her insane. So that's our Onryo. I feel like the blood definitely brought it together. And now we're gonna move on to our last ghost. It'll be the Shade. Now this is my inspo, what I think I want the Shade to look like. If anyone knows anything about the Shades in Phasmophobia, they're deemed like the shy ghost. They don't want to be perceived. They don't want to do anything with you in the room. This next ghost, which I'm going to make a male sim, is going to be shy. Shy boy. That's the vibe we're going for. It's like shy, but a bit creepy. You know, he's dead. Bit creepy. And like something like this. You almost like need him a bit ethereal looking. It's like this vibe. That's almost what I want, but less vampire looking. This is what the basis I'm going to start our Shade with. I think the fairy works. Do I think the fairy works? Alright, I don't want him to have such aggressive fairy ears though. He's going to have a lot of scars. Yeah, he's going to be a bit like really cool toned, like worryingly cool toned. Like, is he alive? I couldn't tell you. We're going to make his hair grey. Everything's going to be grey. But probably a lighter grey than that, I'm going to be honest with you. That could work. It's luscious locks. But he's going to have light, either blue or like purpley eyes. We can come back to exactly what the eyes look like. Because I feel like the eyes work when you know how you want everything else to look. Maybe like that. And then we give him some extra contour. Just to give him a bit more of a chiseled look. Ooh. Yeah, okay. We're going to make that blue. Like that. Ooh, what do we do one up here? I think I prefer that. Teeth. I kind of want them all to be creepy like this, but I don't think it works for him. I mean, we go with something weird like that. You're angry, but I don't want you to be that angry. Like, and then I want quite a few scars, but I don't think you can have both, which is my only annoyance. And then we'll get some scars on the rest of his face. Ooh, yeah. He's giving Edward Cullen right now, isn't he? Maybe one there? I don't think I want him to have horns. I feel like the horns is going to be reserved for like the demon ghost, because that would make most sense. I don't know if there's going to be any hats. Like if there was like a hood, that could make sense, but I don't know if there is. However, there is not. Levi. I feel like he's got to have some piercings. He's giving like, yeah, he's giving would have piercings. He's giving Shadow Daddy is what he's giving, but let's go on to makeup. Maybe like a dark black. Yeah, like that. I feel like that added just a bit more grit. He's real pretty though. That could make sense to me. I just wish this hair was just a tiny bit lighter. I'm almost like tempted. Oh no. Why is he smiling like that? Who's smiling at? Who got you smiling? It's so like not often that I make men. I kind of like forget what men look like. I'm almost to go with the grey theme. He's gonna look a bit like drab. Oh, stop it, look at him. He's adorable. I think he'd be a bit like, obviously he's gonna be shy, right? He's a Shade. So we know he's gonna be shy and timid. I almost want him to be a bit of like a bookworm. That's also a choice. I almost need him in something like this, but in grey. Am I just making him attractive for us? His translucent ghost model. No, I feel like this, I don't know why, this just feels like it makes sense. It's a bit showboaty, it's the only thing I'd say. Like, I'd just like a little hood. I'd like a little... Where's Grimm's? Can I unlock? I need Grimm's outfit. Yeah, this is what I'm going for. This is what he deserves. Justice for the Shade. I think he wants to. He just wants to read books. He just wants to be happy. Personality wise, we know that the obvious one from Phasmo is going to be that he's shy, right? We've got loner, and I feel like he actually might be a bit of one. So we're going to give him a loner trait. I feel like it would be wrong to not go for shady. A shade that's shady. Of course, I know that there's different meanings, but still. So we have timid. I think we go timid. He is timid, bless his little heart. And then other than that, I think like loves books, bookworm, maybe analytical. I think like he'd have to be quite logical to try and like avoid people all times. And that's our shade. That's our first three ghosts. So to just give you a quick summary, we have our Mare. She is gloomy, she's creative, she's disruptive, she's mischievous, and she's also cold-blooded. Her story was basically that she was a poet in her former life, and she used to love running in the dark. She is a woman of the night. She loves to seduce, really. Stunning woman that she is. Then we have our Onryo, and her story is that she hates fire. She died in a fire that she started herself when she caught her lover cheating. So she is going to be jealous, erratic, obsessive, insane, and disruptive. Then we have our Shade, and he is our bookworm heartthrob. Love him. Would die for him. His backstory is that he is a reclusive bookworm and also self-published writer. Passed away alone in his house and people did not find him for weeks. So he is a loner, he's a bit shady, he's timid, he's a bookworm, and he's also analytical. So this is our shade. So yeah, that's our first three ghosts. I hope you enjoyed that. I don't know how coherent it was. I am loving the fact that I'm basically putting two of my favourite games together and making like a fun challenge out of it. I'm going to make 8 ghosts in total. And then after that, it will be about creating our getaway, our Phasmophobia hunt, and seeing what ghost is going to win, basically. Next time we'll be making another 3 ghosts. I'm actually not sure which ones yet. So yeah, hopefully I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. But other than that, I hope you have a lovely day, morning, afternoon, whatever time zone it is for you, and I will see you next time. So bye!